Hey everyone, it's OJ here. Thanks for tuning in. It's time for another update on the Bitcoin forking, so don't go anywhere. It's July 23rd and we're already seeing that the SegWit has been approved. It's been signaled by the majority of the Bitcoin community, economical nodes and miners, and now we have a few articles reporting today that BIP91 is already locked in and that SegWit is going to be activated. Bitcoin.com reports that the past 2.5 days have allowed miners to upgrade their nodes, as from now on every block that is not signaling for SegWit should be rejected. Roughly around the end of August, the SegWit protocol will be officially implemented and will be active on the Bitcoin network. So it's not something that will happen automatically. The main thing was for all the miners to signal before August the 1st, because we wanted to really avoid BIP148, which was the proposal that was calling for a user-activated soft fork, which in effect was going to cause a chain split, which I explained in a separate video, and I really call it a hard fork rather than a soft fork. But in reality, this is now almost avoided. Of course, we are never certain until the actual date, so we're going to find out what exactly will happen on August 1st, but it's very likely that we're not really going to see a chain split. However, there is that small chance that maybe a minority of the Bitcoin community would still prefer to go with BIP148 and create a chain split. For that really to make a difference for us, it needs to be a significant minority, and by the look of it, it's not exactly a significant minority. Right now, CoinDance here is providing quite good statistics, and by the look of it, segregated witness has a much larger majority than the user-activated soft fork, which is BIP148. In fact, the popularity of BIP148 has gone down from something around 30% just a couple of weeks ago to 8% today. This has been updated today, so the latest is 8% support for BIP148, which is really small. Okay, I don't really think that this is going to cause any major damage, and even if there is a chain split, we can see that this is going to be a much smaller chain, therefore it will not have the majority of the hash power, and therefore it cannot really be the dominant chain. What really matters for us as Bitcoin users is which will be the dominant chain, and Bitcoin Core, which is the team that supports SegWit, the team that originated SegWit and developed all of the software for SegWit, they are having the majority. This is why we are not really seeing any major panic anymore happening within the community. There is, however, that chance of another hard fork happening on August the 1st, and as Bitcoin.com explains, and there are a couple of other websites here that report on it. One of them is news.bitcoin.com. I'm going to have the links below the video in the description below, so if you want to have a look at these articles, you can research and you can go and read the full articles. There is a small community that was led by Bitmain, and they're explaining here on their own blog a proposal that Bitmain had, which was for a hard fork should the soft fork occur. So if on August the 1st we see that BIP148 is activated and a minority is actually splitting the chain into two, then Bitmain is calling for a user-activated hard fork, which became known as Bitcoin Cash. And the hard fork is in effect a response to BIP148, because BIP148 was too intrusive, and there are still too many miners that disagree with BIP148. A small part of the miners, it's a few mining farms and exchanges, have agreed that they will activate a hard fork, and that will happen roughly 12 hours after the BIP148 gets activated, if BIP148 is activated. In fact, let me just find where this is here. Protection plan. So the plan is for user-activated hard fork, and you can find the technical specs on this link. This will be provided as well in the description below the video. So this proposal here is calling for a user-activated hard fork exactly 12 hours and 20 minutes after the user-activated soft fork, which is BIP148. So we're already seeing exchanges in China that starts trading Bitcoin Cash, and this is something that we already saw with Bitcoin Unlimited earlier. Bitfinex added Bitcoin Unlimited tokens when the first chain split was discussed, and Bitcoin Unlimited was seen as a possible Bitcoin chain split. But you know, this is something that always happens because, of course, the exchanges are trying to make money. They're trying to have popular coins, and BCC is something that people started talking about recently. So of course they're jumping on the bandwagon, and they're trying to make a quick cash. We are still not seeing BCC being hard forked. We are not seeing any tokens really on BCC. These are just speculative tokens that they're trading on this exchange, and they're based on projections, and they're based on expectations rather than on an actual hard fork. This would happen on August the 1st, but in my opinion it will be just another alternative coin. And because it's not really got the majority, it doesn't really have the biggest hash power. It cannot really have the biggest hash power because we are seeing 80% of the Bitcoin community signaling, over 80% signaling for SegWit. So again, I'm trying to say that on August the 1st we shouldn't really be seeing any major change happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin Core, which is the team behind Bitcoin as we know it today, is having the majority, so they will still continue mining Bitcoin as we know it today. It will have SegWit implemented, activated, so it will be a slightly different Bitcoin, maybe a little bit faster in terms of transaction speed, a little bit cheaper in terms of transaction fees, but in no way we're going to see Bitcoin devaluating the way that we could have seen it devaluate if BIP148 was implemented, and if it had 50 or more % of the Bitcoin community supporting it. So with the small support that BIP148 currently has, and it's 8% support, and it's around 13% opposition, I really don't see this as being a very serious threat to Bitcoin the way we know it. So again, I'm under the opinion that you should just not really worry about your Bitcoin, and just make sure that it is in a safe place. Make sure that it is in a wallet where you own your private keys, because if that soft fork and the consequential hard fork happens, you might actually want to have some of those BCC tokens, and you can do that if you have your Bitcoin being safely stored in a wallet where you own your private keys, because that way you will be able to control Bitcoin on both blockchains. If you want to find out more about safe wallets, there are many videos online. I have a few, and there are many other people that are posting about safe, secure offline wallets, or even how to make your own paper wallet for Bitcoin where you can store your Bitcoin. You can do it today, and you can put it on a USB stick, and you can literally have your Bitcoin in offline, not in any of the big exchanges or big wallets, because there, if they don't support BCC, then you will not really have those tokens. I personally don't think these tokens will be very valuable, at least not in the beginning. So I'm personally not really bothered about that, but some people would really want to make the most of it, and for that I think it's a good idea to have at least some of your Bitcoin outside of the exchanges. Clearly, if you already have a lot of it in exchange, and if it's already in alternative coins or something else, this is not the right time to be selling. But the Bitcoin you have, you should make sure that it's not sitting in Coinbase or Xapo or any of the other wallets that are closed source and that are controlling your private keys. So this is my advice for today. You still have time before August the 1st. If this is what you want to do, grab yourself a paper wallet or a hardware wallet and store your Bitcoin offline. Just wait until August the 1st happens, and monitor the news, monitor these websites, what they're going to report, and make sure that you keep up to date with everything, because at some point you might want to take it out of that hard wallet, you might want to go on the exchange again and trade it and everything, so you need to know when is the right time. But currently, just around August the 1st, I would say, don't really do much with your Bitcoin, especially don't do many transactions on August the 1st, because if there is a chain split, you don't want transactions to be delayed or missing or anything like that. It's not exactly a big threat. As I said, BIP91 did get the majority of the support, so we might see a very smooth transition from the current Bitcoin to when SegWit is implemented. And this is what I'm counting on. This is what the majority of the community is counting on. But there is still that small percentage of the community that is pushing for a user-activated soft fork. And we see that the response of some of the miners and a couple of the nodes and mining farms are going to go for Bitcoin Cash. They're going to do a hard fork. And if that happens, as I said, you might want to have some of those BCC coins. And this is why it's good to have your Bitcoin separately from the commercial exchanges. So this is everything from my update today. I'm going to do another one when we have more news. Stay tuned.